Yes.
Stress plays an important role in humans' life, what I feel. And men always work with the stress, with the feeling of working, like we have to do that, what we have to. They do not have any options.
Being a woman, I know that we can discuss. Yes, if I'm feeling stress, I can call any of my friend, I can talk to them and we can discuss. But men don't do that.
Also, society also put this pressure on the men from the beginning, from the very young age. Like you are a boy, you have to always smile, you have to be strong. Even if you fall down, you cannot cry. Why? Why he cannot cry? He is not a human.
I don't know why in India mental health is just mental. I don't know. Literally, he said men don't get afraid of ghost. What? I mean, it's a ghost, man. You should. Once you're 30, there is no good girl for you. Why?
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. What about you?
I am good as usual. It's been a long time. I'm trying to get in touch with you. Finally, I got a chance.
It's Sunday and my husband is at home, two kids, and since morning I'm trying to get this half an hour just to have this conversation with you. So finally now my younger one is sleeping and elder one is going with his dad. So now I'm getting this time. I'm so happy. Finally. Yeah. So what's
Not
the
from today, you're trying to get this half an hour from yesterday.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, Saturday you were trying to, connect with me, but I was so busy. I was trying to get this half an hour, but now I get it. So what would be the topic of the day?
So the topic would be whose job is difficult or whose life is difficult, men or women. So yes, we will be discussing about that, not debate that we did on the last video, but we will discuss whose job is different, who's difficult, whose work is difficult. So yes, you start.
Yeah, let's talk about life. You said at the beginning, whose life is difficult or whose job is difficult. I feel that both are different things. If you talk about that whose life is difficult, 110% women life as compared to men. But if you ask me that whose job is difficult, I feel that it's men, not women. Ultimately, we get some relax because we are at home.
So I don't agree with you on the life thing as well because uh, I agree that yes, women's life is much more difficult than men. We go through a lot. We go through a lot of changes in our life. We like after marriage, you must have heard from everyone that we leave our home, then we go to other home, we manage everything. Yes, that is difficult, very much difficult. But on the other side, men's life is also difficult. When I say life, it means that when we are younger, and generally on every household, we don't, or parents or society don't put that pressure on female that you have to work, you have to fulfill your family's dream, you have to run a family after a certain age. But on men, from a very certain age, like from 18, in some households, it's even earlier than that, they used to put that sense of responsibility in men's mind that yes, they have to. Like, see, we are doing it, you are doing it, we are doing it out of our wish, we are doing it out of our mind, like nobody is forcing us, right? But for men, it's different, they have to do it. They have that option, they don't have that option that they can leave that. In your video, I have the girl with whom you were making the video, she mentioned they don't have the option to leave anything, if it's their work, if it's their study, if it's their family, they don't have the option. We have the privilege, or we have that option at some point of time. If we are not feeling well, if we don't want to work, we can leave, and we have the option that we'll get married and our husband, like our husband, will take care of our expenses. We have that option, but men's don't have that option. So that is the life thing. Now comes
Mm,
to the work. Yes, go ahead.
something to say, yes. But I consider that life is something which nature gives us. For example, women have this ability that they can give birth, and that is the most difficult task of the life. No men can do it, obviously, because nature choose women to do that. So that is why I said that women's life is difficult. Now let's come to talk about the work. What work we are doing, that is separate thing. I don't know why you are not understanding, but I feel that both are different. Life is different, work is different. Life, nature gives us. This is how we grow up. We had so many hormonal changes, and everything. Men's also go through the phases, but we don't know much about that. Ultimately, but I feel that let's talk about the work. Whose work is hard?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think men's work is hard. Like people do say that women do work, women. Yes, there is one more topic or one more thing I want to add on. See, both men's work is hard, no doubt. But if they are working, they don't have the ability that they can run their house as well alongside with their work. They don't do that. If they are working, they don't have that responsibility that yes, I my office is from 9 to 5, I have to wake up at 6, I have to do household thing, then I will be going to office, I will be coming by 7, I have to do all things. But if I am working, if you are working, you know how it is difficult for you. I know how difficult it is for me. Even after marriage, we have to like again the have to factor comes here. We don't choose if we can go office or if we can work for our household. We have to work for our household chores as well. Even if we are working, we don't have the option that yes, we can like somebody else can do that for us. People do have the option for house helps, but again, for them as well, we have to stand there. We have to let them know that you have to do this, you have to do that. So yes, men's job is different, but again, you are right, women's life is different. We go through a lot in our life phases, especially.
Exactly. We go to, because ultimately men do not have to leave their house. They are in the same place. They are with their parents. They can enjoy each and everything with their parents. But ultimately, we cannot. We are making somebody else house beautiful, and we are just making our house. I can say it because I have no brother. We are two sisters, so now I can say that my parents are alone. They are living their life in this old age. It is very difficult.
Exactly.
But if I would be a boy, then they must be happy. They enjoyed each and every moment of their life, right? So ultimately,
Yes.
I feel obviously women's life is difficult, and if talk about work, I feel that work is difficult for boys, not for women, because we have this option always in our mind. Even though we are working girl, doing office as well as doing household work, but still there's a some kind of liberty which goes around in our mind that no, it is not compulsion for me, and that's the reason I we are able to do both work properly. Stress
Yes.
plays an important role in humans' life, what I feel. And men always work with the stress, with the feeling of working, like we have to do that work. We have to. They do not have any options. I feel that if they also have this option, like okay, I can do household work and I can anytime quit my job. This kind of free mind, if they would have, they can also be able to manage both house and work. We have this
Yes.
them in our mind, and we know that okay, it's not really a difficult task. I can do it. If I will not perform well, I can leave the job. We have this liberty in our mind, and that's the reason we are able to cope up with the situation, household work as well as office. What do you think?
Yes. Yes, so yes, you correctly mentioned one thing which people don't talk about much, stress. And yes, stress plays a very, very important role in our life. If even if we are men or women, it plays a very big role. But what happens being a female or being a woman, I know that we can discuss. Yes, if I'm feeling stress, I can call any of my friend, I can talk to them and we can discuss. But men don't do that.
Yes.
But they should do. They should not keep that thing to themselves. They should discuss. They should open themselves. Reason being because I don't know. I felt it somewhere. They took it. that thing on their ego, that if I will discuss my stress with someone, how they will think, how they will react and all that. But yes, it plays a very big role. One of my friends just wanted to share a very small experience. One of my friend, you know him very well, was jobless for around 6 7 months.
Okay.
And by the time he was jobless, he had many things in his household. His father was admitted in the hospital. His sister was about to get married. So there were many things going on in his life, but he never discussed that. He never even discussed that with me, with his family. Nobody discussed that with family, but he never discussed that with anyone. But being a friend or being a like third person, I could see that yes, this person is feeling with a lot of stress, but he's not sharing it, which pissed me off. That even like nobody, or your work, your money, your nothing should be matter more than your health, even if it's a mental health or a physical health.
Health, right. I do agree
Yes,
with
so yes.
I do agree with you that this is really important, and it's, I think, it is also given by nature because I have seen that boys are like this, and 30 and 40% like society also plays a role to grow a man like this by saying that boys don't cry, boys ko dard nahi, like they cannot feel pain or like something like that. Sometimes knowing, I know this fact very well, still I sometimes say to my boy, boys don't cry, and then I realize why they can't cry. They can cry, they are human. Why they can't cry? So society also put this pressure on the men from the beginning, from the very young age. Like, you are a boy, you have to always smile, you have to be strong, even if you fall down, you cannot cry. Why he cannot cry? He is not a human. So
Exactly.
also accept that those things we should not treat a boy like. And even also I have seen a lot of girls saying this, like, I like a boy who is very hard, strong, and cannot cry. Why you like such kind of a man? You know what, he
Yes.
always in the stress. If he will not cry, I know that men not cry very easily. It is very even I have personally never seen my husband crying, never ever. It's been 7 years of our marriage, so I can understand that yes, it's a very difficult thing for a man to cry. But why it is so difficult? Yeah, make it habitual. If you're feeling pain, you should cry, release that pain. One thing I have learned during my pregnancy, that there are some stress hormone in our body, and when we are feeling stressed, we should release those hormones just by crying. So it is also very natural. Yeah,
Yes.
why it is happening?
It is, see, it is because, yes, you said, you answered it in your own sentence, society. I don't know why, but society is something that from a very beginning of my life, like from when I was very young, and I used to see people, they are getting beaten by their family, they are getting beaten by their school teachers, and they don't cry. I don't know why. If you are hurt, you should cry. If you're not happy with something, if I'm not happy with something, you should say that this thing pissed me off, don't do it. I don't know why society put this pressure, or I don't blame society first, I blame the parents.
Parents.
Because society comes along with your family. So
Yes,
you are there with your child, you are there with your child since he is 1 day old. So you should make him aware that crying is not a big deal. Mental health. Second thing, people do, or this Indian, I don't know why in India, mental health is just mental. I don't know why they don't consider stress, anxiety, depression. There are many things that people go through, and they don't say it, because when they will say it, people will say mental. Why? And
yes, you are absolutely right.
people pissed me off many times. If I have depression, I can go to psychiatrist. Why can't I go to psychiatrist? In India, psychiatrist study and psychiatrist ratio is very low. You should study, you should check on internet abroad like UK, US, even in Europe or somewhere. They do say very blunt, very upfront that I do have depression. I feel depression. In India, we don't say it. We
We don't.
say I'm not in a good mood. What?
Yeah, yeah, you are absolutely right. And many people go through like suicide or something while depression. So it is always better to go with a meet with a psychiatrist. Am I pronouncing right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, but like, I don't know why people are afraid doing this. They thought, okay, if I'll go there, people will think that I am mental or like I am not,
That
my mental health is not good. Yeah, that is absolutely true. It is like this in India. Yeah.
or it is even it is more pressure on men that you should not you cannot be mad, you cannot be what do I say, like you should not feel afraid. If you are afraid, you should not pretend that you are afraid. Why? If you're afraid, you should say I'm afraid. Why? Just you are a man, the society put that pressure on you. You cannot cry, you cannot discuss, you cannot tell your feeling to anyone, you should not afraid. Men don't. One of my friend, literally, he said men don't get afraid of ghost. What? I mean, it's a ghost, man. You should. He said it in Hindi and it was very funny. Men don't afraid of ghost. Why they don't afraid of ghost? Ghost is ghost, you should afraid of them.
Oh my God.
It's the pressure that society puts on men. It's not their mistake. It's not their uh, fault. Fault. I'm sorry, but yes, society put the pressure on men, being a family, parents, mother, father, like nearest relative, immediate relative. They put their pressure on men.
Even at the very young age, people, especially the parents, started talking about that you should study, otherwise you will not get married. You should
Yes,
get job, otherwise nobody will get married with you. This is how we inspire a men from India to study, to do everything. To
yes.
marriage is the only thing which encourage them to study, for job, for everything. Like, okay, my parents saying like I will not get a good girl or I will not get married if I don't earn good money. That is also the reason many people are working. Seriously.
People are working just to, and there is another phrase that people used to say: once you're 30, there is no good girl for you. Why? If you're 30, if not good girl, a good woman will be waiting for you. Why not? People do put so much pressure on men. If you're 30, you should get married. If you're 35, you will get bald. And if he will get bald, that's okay. Why are you putting that much pressure on men? People do put, we are in pressure, we know it from childhood that we are in pressure, we have to deal with it, and we can, as you mentioned, we have that ability that we can deal with it, we have that option, we can leave our job, that's why we can manage both our household and our work. But men can't do that, and if they can't do that, they get putting stress on themselves, and
Yes,
apparently it's not good for the health as well.
I agree with you.
So yes, and one more thing I like, I just have one more observation that I have observed many many where, like in my office, in my nearest close friends as well. They used to say that if when we go out, for example, I'm going out with my male friend, and like I do split, but generally, if I'm going out on a date, for example, men should pay. Why? Why he should pay? Why I can't pay, man? I am also earning. Why you put the pressure on men that he should pay? No, he should not pay. Bill should be split equally.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yes, or it's very. I really appreciate like foreign countries for this, because in foreign countries, what happens? Even husband and wife also split the bills. If the husband is working, wife is working, they both split the bills, they both take care of the family financially, emotionally, mentally, everything. So it should be happening in India as well. If you're earning, if both are earning, both should contribute in the household works, both should work together. That's how the marriage works. Why
That is,
in India, I should not say this, but why in India people are getting more separation? Because they don't choose to contribute, they don't choose to work together. Rather, they kept like they keep on pressuring men for finances and
ye-
women for child.
yes,
Seriously.
yes, absolutely. I agree with you. That's right.
So yes, that was the and I have many topics, but the video will be so long. So yes, and we have many more video to make, keeping you that in mind. But yes, we have many more things to discuss because we somehow connect on some levels. If we are talking about society, finances, or anything, so yes, there are many topics that we can make videos on.
Yes, yes, absolutely. We will come up with the new topic. And please, if you're watching this video, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and share. I don't know on whose
Comment.
channel I'm going to upload, but please do it. And also write in the comment section that which topic you want us to discuss next for the next video. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. And bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.